Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi. So, today I came here to do a critique of finbol's current stance on Maoism. So, a friend of mine on Discord asked him on his own server, Finbol, hi. And this was on his server on and the channel hashtag Maoism. So he was like, Finbol, hi, I have a question for you. I know you made a video about Maoism a while back, which, in all honesty, I don't think it was very well researched, but the question being, why aren't you a Maoist? And I can't really imagine a reason why you wouldn't want to become one. So, he responds to Bendelux's gang saying, I support Mao Zedong thought, but People's War and New Democracy are not universally applicable. Maoism has not replaced Marxism-Leninism or the lessons of the October Revolution or Eastern European revolutions. Mao's most important contribution was his attack against modern revisionism, but being anti-revisionism is not exclusive to Maoists. I find it hard to believe that Marxism-Leninism has become totally outdated, and that Maoism is the superior, universal, and absolutely necessary new stage of Marxism. Also, Maoism doesn't seem like it's fully coherentism, but loosely tendency of different groups that disagree with each other on big things. I don't even know what a good Maoist is supposed to do about various things, because Maoists don't have any consensus. There was another one. Maybe I'll change my position as I research China and Mao, but those are my current reasons, and for skepticism, I focus on the foundations of Marx, Engels, Lenin, and Stalin. A lot of people misunderstood my point of the video about the Cultural Revolution. I said all socialist countries try to revolutionize their culture, but the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution was significant because it attacked revisionist headquarters, and not only did it try to create a socialist culture, the Chinese motto of traditional Chinese art and forms, and giving them a new content, is actually the same exact motto which was in the USSR and in Eastern Europe, is the socialist realist motto of national and form of socialist content, and which is completely correct. And I said, I think I should do a video critiquing Finbol's stance on Mao's. He asked me this, do I think People's War or New Democracy are universal? I said, I do believe People's War is universally applicable. Maoist, and also, I also addressed his point on him saying, Maoists don't say that New Democracy is universal. That is not true. We never said that. I think that's a misconception. They say it's for feudal states transition into socialism, and he asked me, do the TKPML, the CPI Maoists, and the Communist Party of the Philippines and the Shining Path all agree that People's War is universal? And I said, the PCP and the CPI Maoists agree it's universal, but I don't know where the TKPML stands. And some Gangster SpongeBob was talking about Season wrote this in modern Western Maoist circles. He is seen as a rightist revisionist, and talked about how he believes it's not universal. And I said, LOL, Season has dumb takes, saying that what's happening in Donbass is a People's War. LOL, what's happening in Donbass is not a People's War. So, as well as I didn't get to the other things, which was this. Which, I said, basically, here's why I believe People's War is universally applicable. People's War is universally applicable because Protracted People's War is a new way of revolution. Protracted People's War has expanded all the way from the first world to all the way to the third world, where people's wars are happening currently in Bangladesh, India, maybe even Nepal, the Philippines. Like, the only first world country where people's war is happening is in Turkey. And Peru. Yeah, I think I got those right. Yeah, I got that right. Basically, those are where people's wars are happening right now. And people's wars back then even expanded into literally, I think, to Thailand as well as basically Maoism is expanding into other regions as well, where it's now happening in Brazil. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Chile, the Maoists are they're starting to form a Maoist party, as well as in Bolivia and Ecuador, where basically they're going to start waging people's war there, as well as in Mexico. But back to the other thing. Maoism has not replaced Leninism or the lessons of the October Revolution or Eastern European revolutions. 1. Maoists never say it replaces Marxism-Leninism. They say Maoism is the new stage of basically the new stage of Marxism. It's like the higher stage of Leninism. That's what Maoism is. And it doesn't replace the lessons of the October Revolution. Basically, that style of revolution is outdated. We're not going to have something like a 1917. We're not in 1917 anymore. We're now in 2021, which the new modern form of revolution is Protracted People's War. Which Protracted People's War was made by Mao Zedong. It was made universally applicable and synthesized by Chairman Gonzalo. But next, very few countries in Eastern Europe actually had revolutions. There were 2 revolutions that happened in Eastern Europe. One, Albania had one, and Yugoslavia had one. Yugoslavia was never a socialist nation. Tito turned out to be some traitor to the revolution and basically some huge revisionist. Those are the 2 countries that actually had revolutions. Bulgaria, Romania, where else? Hungary, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, the GDR, Poland, never had a revolution. Not true. Okay. Next. Mao's most important contributions was basically something of his attacks against modern revisionism. No, it's not just that. It's also his contributions into dialectics, as well as basically expanding, as well as like having things like New Democracy, Mass Line, or other things. I think he just forgot to put it, or it's just like thinks that. As well as basically a new style of revolution, which is People's War. And what was it? What else? As well as his contributions into dialectics with his law on contradiction, which everybody should read. On Contradiction by Mao Zedong. Good book. And he said, I find it hard to believe that Marxism-Leninism has become totally outdated. Marxism-Leninism is becoming outdated. That's true. It's becoming outdated. Orthodox Marxism became outdated. Marxism-Leninism is heading to that right now. And that Maoism is superior, and no one says it's superior. We say it's like the new phase. It's like basically the new phase of Marxism-Leninism, really. It's literally the new phase. Universal? Yes, Maoism is universal. Or absolutely necessary in a new stage of Marxism. Yes, it is the new stage of Marxism. Also, Maoism doesn't seem to have a fully coherent ism. What? But it's a loose tendency of different groups that disagree with each other on big things. Not true. They do disagree with each other on a few things, but it's not like a loose tendency. No, not true. There might have like different ideological sects like M3W, Princely Maoist, yada yada yada. Yeah, we have our disagreements with each other on big things. As well as like Marxist-Leninists have the same shit. You have literally like, for example, the Hojis, then the Dangus, then the people who claim to be like the anti-revisionist MLs but are not Hojis and shit like that. Or people who say like they're Marxist-Leninist, Mao Zedong thought, yada yada. And then he said this, I don't even know what a good Maoist is supposed to do about various things because Maoists don't have any consensus. We kind of do. We believe, like, I kind of labeled some. We basically believe in like Maoist principles of mass line, two-line struggle. What else? New democracy. Protracted People's War. Yada yada yada. He said, maybe I'll change my opinion as I research Mao in China, but those are my current reasons and skepticisms. Also, a lot of people misunderstood the video about the cultural, what I said about the Cultural Revolution. I said no, not that really. They didn't try to revolutionize their culture. That was not really true. The Cultural Revolution was actually something that actually wanted to replace the current backwards reactionary culture of China with a greater new proletarian culture. And he said it attacked the revisionist headquarters, but not only because it was tried to create a socialist culture. Chinese motto used traditional Chinese art and forms, and giving them new content is actually the same motto. No, not really, because like Stalin had this like dumb idea saying this, like, what was it? It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Saying that there was no class antagonisms under socialism, which turned out to be complete fucking bullshit, and is kind of the reason why that literally the Soviet Union fell into capitalist restoration and into modern revisionism. And it's actually the same thing the USSR used, and in Eastern Europe. No, the second country that tried to do the Cultural Revolution was Albania, but really they didn't really try doing it. I think they tried to do an attempt at it, but yeah. And it's the socialist realist model of national form and socialist content. So basically the purpose of the proletarian cultural revolution is to defend the revolution from revisionism and capitalist restoration and purge the revisionists fully out of the party, as well as to build a greater new proletarian culture. And basically I kind of went through all the things I needed to say, really. When it came to finbol's current stance on Maoism, it's fun. Basically, if you think I missed anything, please comment down below and I'll make an update about it. But thanks for watching, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.